Okay guys, here we are with physics. This is physics 10th grade, chapter 5, work and energy. Okay, I suggest that you read section 1 first, okay, before we start discussing formulas and how to solve for different variables in the formula. So section 1, we're going to be talking about work. Formula for work is work equals force times displacement times cosine of theta. Okay, so let's learn how to solve for each of the variables. In this case, let's solve for F, for force. We divide on both sides by d cosine of theta, displacement cosine of theta. So we get that force equals work over d cosine of theta. Okay, so that's how we solve for F. Now what about if we are looking for displacement? Solve for D. So if we want to solve for D, work equals force times displacement times cosine of theta. We divide both sides of the equation by force cosine of theta. So we get that D equals work over force cosine of theta. Okay? So we have derived two formulas from the work formula. Now, if we look at sample problem A, the problem says, how much work is done on a vacuum cleaner pulled 3.0 meters by a force of 50.0 newtons at an angle of 30.0 degrees above the horizontal. So, how much work is done? So we're looking for work, all right? Pulled 3.0 meters, that's displacement, 3.0 meters, by a force of 50 newtons, that's F, 50.0 newtons, at an angle of 30 degrees above the horizontal, theta, 30.0 degrees. Okay? Now, we use the formula work equals force times displacement cosine of theta. Work equals, we substitute 50.0 newtons times 3.0 meters times cosine of 30.0 degrees. Okay, make sure that your calculator is in degrees, so your answer will be, work will be equal to 130 Newton times meter. Okay, now how do we measure, in what units do we measure work? Work each measures newtons times meter is equivalent, newtons times meter is equivalent to 1 joule. So work in this case is equal, so to 130